Welcome to my February 2019 County Legislative Update. I'm your Onondaga County Legislator, Kevin Holmquist. February is State of the County month, and this month, for the first time, our new county executive, Ryan McMahon, presented his State of the County. Overall, it was a very positive, very upbeat message. And his really primary overall message was working together. And that really is the theme of everything that we're doing this year in the county legislature, and our county executive is leading the way. He started his speech, his address for the State of the County at Lemoyne College, where he graduated. He's an alumni of Lemoyne College. He started out by talking about the fiscal strength of Onondaga County, and that really is the backbone of everything that we do. As most people know, Onondaga County has the highest bond rating of any county in upstate New York. We have one of the highest bond ratings in the entire United States of America. So we have a great financial foundation to allow us to implement Ryan's agenda and everything that we need to do in county government. So the message that Ryan delivered was pie. And I happen to know that the county executive's favorite pie is key lime pie. I'm partial towards apple pie. But his pie is an acronym for what our main focus for this year and in the future is, and that is poverty, infrastructure, and economic development. So he hit those themes hard, and really each one of them has many, many proposals and many, many initiatives that we'll be pursuing the rest of this year and into next year and into the future. But he went over some of the high points, and it's really a very exciting agenda. For poverty, it really is an embarrassment that we have such high rates of poverty in Syracuse and central New York. There is rural and suburban poverty as well as, of course, urban poverty. But Ryan has taken this issue on, and really the county level of government is in the best position to properly address this. We have made progress in recent years that hasn't been widely advertised, and Ryan pointed out some of the progress that we've made. We're coming from a high rate of poverty that needs to be addressed. So some of the things that he talked about was an early childhood readiness program, and this is a critical component that he's going to have specifics and initiatives for later this year. There's a lot of collaboration with Lemoyne College in their Erie 21 program and other levels of government, certainly the state. But we're going to see a lot of focus and initiative on that to see to it that we make continual progress and address that aggressively. Second is infrastructure. And infrastructure, I appreciate he had a nice shout out for me in my role in helping put together a memorandum of understanding with the town of Manlius, the village of Fayetteville, the village of Manlius, the town of Pompey, and Onondaga County. And this is something that we're going to hear a lot about in the coming months. When you think infrastructure, you think about infrastructure that you can see, roads and bridges, and those are very, very important. But much of the infrastructure you cannot see. It's under the ground in the sewers and the water lines. So the sewer issue in the Meadowbrook limestone sewer area is a huge issue this year, and it's going to be a huge issue for the county as a whole going forward. Essentially, we're under a consent judgment from the DEC in New York State and the EPA in the United States government that we have a $9 million fix that's immediate. But beyond that, we've got pipes that are old and they're beginning to fail. It's commonly known as I&I. We have inflow and infiltration issues with the pipes, and it's overflowing the main plant, and we have to address these issues. So in the coming months, we're going to be having public information sessions. We're going to be doing them in the Fayetteville-Manlius area. But the proposal is that the county would take over that infrastructure, because currently 90% of the sewer infrastructure is owned by the villages, the towns, and the city, and the county only owns 10%. So this memorandum of understanding is a first step for the county to come in and take over the ownership of the pipes, thereby taking all the liability off the villages and the towns and eventually the city, because that could really be a financial major hardship. There's no wherewithal to pay for that at the village or town or city level. But the county has the wherewithal to do it. So we'll have many more specifics going forward, but I'm very proud of the role that I've played so far, and I will be instrumental in working with our county executive to make sure that we properly address this with infrastructure. And there will be other infrastructure issues coming down the pike later this year as well. Finally was economic development, and the county executive is passionate about this, and he recognizes that you can't have effective economic development until we properly address poverty and infrastructure. So they all work together. But the main announcement that he had on economic development is to bring the city and the county economic development departments together in the Carnegie Building, which is a building downtown that the county owns. So we will be seeing initiatives on that moving forward, and I think that will help us streamline. We're going to have a new economic development director shortly, and he's got a lot of great initiatives, and he's very aggressive in already reaching out to the business community and continuing his theme of collaboration with the business community. And Ryan will have regular conversations. He's really built tremendous relationships, and that's really, at the end of the day, that's why the county is going in the right direction, and we've been so successful out of the gate is because of those relationships and the collaboration that our county executive and those of us in the county legislature that are working hard to support him as well. The last item on economic development that I wanted to point out for this video is our Main Street Fund that the county executive addressed to help our villages. Earlier this year, we passed the Village Improvement Program, which is a tremendous program for our villages. This is going to piggyback on that to help them maintain their infrastructure, so we'll hear much more about that later this year as well. So with that, I am your Onondaga County legislator, Kevin Holmquist, your voice for good government. We'll see you next month.